Face to the screen, slaves. Today's project, well, the weekend project, I started yesterday. It was raining on and off all day, so I'm under this canopy. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be getting much of this done this weekend. As you see, windshield is taken out. And the reason I'm doing it myself is because you can see up here, this is where it was leaking the most. And when I cut the windshield out and got it to come out all the way, I was able to just pull this, you can see the sealant down here, the original sealant. This is stuck pretty well, but I'm probably gonna scrape it down and just prime it all anyway. It's all gotta be primed and painted. You know, I'm using rust reformer, sand it down, clean it up, you know, use a wire brush on it, whatever it takes to clean it up. So it doesn't leak next time when I put it back in. Now, many of you may be wondering, why wouldn't you just have somebody else put your windshield in for you? Well, this is why. Because it's going to take me some time to clean this up and paint it. And it's going to have to sit probably overnight. And then I'll have to put the windshield in tomorrow after work. Yesterday kind of fucked me with the rain. So, pardon my language. Anyway, one thing I did discover is I saw other people doing windshields online. This is my first time doing a windshield, by the way. This is where I've already kind of cut this down. A lot of guys just leave like an 1/8 inch of this old urethane sealant there. And then there's a primer that comes with, I'm using the 3M window weld. It's a fast curing windshield specific product, but I couldn't get the primer for it anywhere, because you can wipe this with the primer. You don't have to scrape all this completely off. You can wipe that with a primer, and then the new stuff sticks to it. So since I couldn't find the primer, I'm going to be using xylene. Now, like I said, for the majority of it, I'm probably just going to actually knock it all the way down to the primer, the old original primer on the metal, and then prime over that with some rust reformer. But that stuff takes, you know, you're supposed to let it sit for 24 hours before you recoat it, so I'm not going to be able to put the windshield in today no matter what I do. But yeah, the xylene trick, we use a urethane-based sealant at work. We do windows and doors, and the xylene reactivates old sealant in that aspect. So I figure that if I'm using urethane now, that other stuff's urethane, xylene should do the same job as that primer. So not much more I can ramble on about with this video, except for, oh yeah, it was a real great surprise to see the metal reinforcement inside the old molding. The new molding I got doesn't have any aluminum in it, but that really made it kind of hard to cut out. And it has the plastic cowl here on the front. You can be as careful as you want to taking it out. I broke that one pretty bad over there. It's split in two. Here's the screw that holds this one. This one, where the clips go in these little holes, the clips broke off in the holes because it's 25-year-old plastic. I mean, you can't be gentle enough with it. It's just going to break. So that one over there shattered to a bunch of pieces. I'm not going to be able to recover it. So unfortunately, I'll have to get some of those too. This project is getting more and more expensive as time goes by. But to reiterate, you know, somebody else would charge me a lot of money to even just take the windshield out and put it back in without even doing all the sanding and painting that I have to do. Because look up here, you can actually see the rust bubbling up if I can get the camera to pick it up. But anyway, that's about it for my memory. I gotta go. Don't forget to face to the screen, slaves.